Azita Abdollahan has an incredible story of survival and beating the odds as well. Today, a successful businesswoman, and has just written a book. It is right here in front of me, and it is called Breaking Free. Joins us now. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. You have just such a remarkable story. I want to unpack and hear about this. You know your story better than I do, obviously. So it was 1999 when you came here from Iran, but at 17 you found yourself married.
Yes, so I was 17, and through kind of an arranged marriage, I married someone that I only talked for half an hour before we get married.
What was that like for you looking back? I mean, we often hear in Australia about arranged marriages. I've never met someone in that situation. What was that like for you?
You just trust your parents, that's all. And to be a good kid, you listen to your parents. Whatever they wish for you, you just obey, I guess.
And obviously that did not turn out very well.
Not at all. From the moment I got married, I wanted a divorce.
Really?
Yes, because even though I was 17, I was recognizing strange behaviors from this man that I called husband. Can I ask
about them?
Yes, of course. He was, whatever I talked in that little half an hour, what a 17-year-old know about relationship, really. It was about music, what genre you listen to, you know, what sort of book you read, very shallow surface kind of question. And he said, I am exactly agreeing with you. I'm exactly like that.
Right.
The minute we got married, he said, by the way, I lied. All of that.
He literally acknowledged that he lied.
He acknowledged. Wow. Because he said, I loved your long black hair, and my family were coming from kind of like a wealthy background.
How long were you in this relationship for?
Too long. 22 years.
22 years with a man who you wanted to divorce the moment you married.
Exactly right.
What was that like from the standpoint of, of your own personal life, from how you felt about yourself, from how you look towards others, from your friendships? Many of us who've ever been in a difficult relationship look towards our friends. But if it's culturally acceptable to have an arranged marriage, what's that like?
When I married this man, very soon, before I even realized I was nobody. I lost my individuality, I lost my friends, I wasn't able to talk to anyone about it, because when I was talking, they were saying, that's normal, that's normal. 2 months into marriage, he burned my dress because I looked really good in that dress. Literally put it in fire.
So jealousy, straight
Jealousy,
away.
Control, pressure, it's just to the max. And eventually I did lost my voice, so I wasn't even talking about it anymore because it was okay. And
you fled to Australia in 1999. Was that with him or to get away from him?
No, it was with him.
With him, you came
here. 2
here.
little kids, yeah.
Yes. How old were the children at the time?
My elder one, Niyusha, was 5.5, and Nilufa was 3 months old.
Wow.
When we left Iran, and we went to Turkey as an asylum seeker, and after 13 months living in kind of a camp, it wasn't camp, but we still had to report to police every morning and afternoon to sign in and out.
Do you think, looking back, this might be a tough question, you would still be in that relationship with him had you have not fled Iran?
I would say yes. I would say yes.
And what would that world have looked like for you, do you think?
It's so scary. I actually got goosebumps now. You ask me that question. I don't want to be there anymore. No. But the reason I did finally divorce him, it was because I started coming to Australia and being around other women. It's kind of opened my eyes.
So the support from other people who had been in a similar situation, but now in a different culture, where instead of them saying to you, that's normal, they would say to you, that isn't normal, and you need to get out of this.
Yes, absolutely. So I did put a detailed story of what happened in a particular night, that enough was enough for me to say no.
Was that a physical situation, if I can ask, or a mental situation? Was it you were now finally at the right time to make a decision?
It was a night that things got out of hand, if you like, got physical,
right.
and we called the police.
Right.
It's for the second time. And the policewoman said few words to me that unfortunately the sad part is that I never, ever, ever in my whole life heard those words. Would you like to hear
I would
them?
love to hear what the words
Yes. She told me, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be respected.
How old were you at this point?
I was 38.
And at 38, for the first time in your life, you were told you deserve to be respected.
Absolutely.
And you deserve to be happy.
And you deserve
And
to
that
be
was the
loved.
revelation to you.
Yeah.
Because until now, you believed that your happiness was to be determined by
your
your husband.
You are a mother, you are a wife, you have no rights. If you talk about love, it's selfish. If you talk about respect, it's selfish. You are a woman.
Yes.
So even when I told my mum I'm separating from him, it wasn't a good news. She said, oh my God, what did you do? You're all gonna be, yes, you're all gonna be in the street. You didn't think about your kids, you're gonna...
What happened? Because you are very successful. So from that moment on, what changed within you to make sure, and do you think it was your mother's words, I might add, that perhaps propelled you in the opposite direction?
Not at all.
Really?
Not at all. Because those words were, I always heard them.
You knew they were coming.
Knew them,
Yeah.
They were not new.
Same
but
old,
what
same old.
was new was those positive affirmation, if you like.
From the police officer.
From the police officer.
Another woman you could respect.
Another woman. So that was the important part of this. When another woman tells you it's okay for you to request love and respect
And help.
and happiness and help, it was like a firework. It's a little fire started,
Yes.
but then hasn't been.
So now you've moved into a
extinguished.
position where you're helping people when it
Yes.
comes to resilience. That's what the book's about, and that's what your business is about as well. Could you talk
Yeah.
to us about the connection between what you experienced and then starting a business and deciding that you wanted to help people? In a sense, it's a first wives club.
Yes. Well, I was a very strong woman, like every other women that do stay in relationship like that. Why I was strong? Because I lasted 22 years. How would I live under that pressure if I wasn't mentally strong? My resilience and commitment were quite remarkable. What I teach people now, it's mental toughness.
Yes.
Which is a little bit different with resilience. Resilience is kind of like a passive approach to life and the challenges which help you to cope.
Where did you get
stay.
your mental toughness from, right? So you're someone who has grown up in a culture where an arranged marriage is part of the culture.
Yes.
Where did you get the toughness to find it within yourself to say, no more? Because words from a policewoman are lovely, but then there's the next day where
Yes.
you are there on your own, trying to make sure you don't end up on the street with your children.
Yes.
And secondly, perhaps more as importantly, what's your advice to your own children now?
I have two beautiful girls, strong, independent, very respectable women, which I'm quite proud of them. What my message is to other mother and other girls is that break the pattern if you are in there. I did break the pattern for my girls, so
Yes.
they're not going to go through this. Now they know the
Wonderful.
values, they know how the respect is important in relationship, love is important in relationship, and I would suggest people to look at mental toughness
Yes.
instead of resilience.
Mental toughness, I very much like the words that. Azita, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank
I
you
very
so
much
much.
appreciate it. And of course, this is a book, Breaking Free. Where can people find the book?
Amazon.
Amazon?
Yes, so follow
That is a
me.
wonderful place.
Yeah, or follow me on social media,
Okay.
Facebook, and I'd be more than happy to get in touch with
Congratulations with your business.
you very
Congratulations on
much.
the book.
Thank
Appreciate
you
your
very
time
much.
today.